Regearing the Jeep to 513 so I can run 37s. Right now you have 35-inch tires. Anyway, let's talk about boots. Voila. I have that in my garden. Sweet potatoes. Beautiful. Hey guys, it's important that I talk about Hawaii in my videos because I live here. And this is also the heritage of Hawaii. So maybe I'll do a little bit of, how Hawaii style has evolved all throughout the years later on in my videos. So hang tight, okay? Well, at the same time around last year, I made a video of my top favorite boots where I showcase different brands like the Iron Ranger, Thorgood, some of my Red Wing Moc Toes, as well as other brands. This year I want to talk about and compare, really, per someone's request online. 3 boots, but I'm going to make it 4 because the other one is kind of like a surprise to me and maybe you'll like it, right? My comparison is based upon my realistic view of, by the way, these boots right here are, I've owned them for a while. Obviously I like them because I kept them, or either that or I'm cheap and I don't want to get rid of anything. But I will be as realistic and honest as possible so that you can make a decision on whether you're going to buy it, this holiday or not, right? Some are in the sub $100 category. There are a few that's about $100 and a half, and then some are in the $300-400 category, $500 category. So they're all brown because for the sake of comparison, I wanted to kind of make sure they're all the same color. They all make them in different colors, obviously, but the one I own are brown, so I'm not going to talk about the other colors because I don't know about them. So here we go.
Mahalo from Arhala once again. Thank you so much for having us. We're gonna do one final mele for you folks.
Oreg must be carried.
One final mele entitled Naning Koolaw, and we're gonna be using
Quick shout out to one of my friends, Robert Luisi. He actually asked me a question on my email, via my email, regarding the Earthkeepers, which I will cover in this video. He's the one that also requested for me to compare three of the boots I have that I've talked about in the past. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. The first one that I want to talk about, that I've owned for so many years, it is actually the first pair of boots that I've owned. This is how frugal I was, is that I was with my wife and I never buy any boots, with the exception of work boots, more than $100. And I believe this was maybe 2013, 2012, 13 or 14, one of those years, early 2010s, that I went and purchased this pair of boots. When I actually paid for it, I kind of cringed because it cost me about 100, I don't know, 20 bucks at the time. It is still about $128 today, or somewhere in between that, 128, 135. It's called the Earthkeepers, right? I've made a review of this pair of boots because I like it, and I think it's got a lot of things going on for it. It is punching at a much higher level. But after owning a few pairs of boots that are in a higher caliber, in my opinion, I started to see that my dislikes about this pair of boots. So that's all, if you're in the market of buying a pair of boots. This is not a bad pair of boots for like an entry pair of boots probably. Again, my boots are used for kind of like a rugged wear, rugged look, and not so much about mainstream media and things like that. So you all know already I'm into heritage clothing, so I wear a lot of these pair of boots for heritage clothing. I have since kind of put this away in my closet because I feel like it doesn't really go with, you know, what I wear now. But that's all me, right? So it cost about right now in the range of 125, 135. It'll probably go on sale here soon in the during the holidays. When it comes to sizing, this is an 11M, which is normally my size anyways. I wear 11 and a half on any of my boots. I've tried the 12, it's too big. This has a little bit more room to it, so I could probably go a size down, but I don't recommend it. I like to kind of stick with 11.5. It's very well made in my opinion. As you can see, it's double stitched in most of the areas. It is lined inside for wear in the winter, and the tongue is made out of leather, maybe a millimeter and a half or 2 millimeter in thickness. I don't normally wear these pair of boots singed down. I just kind of slip my foot in there and I try to keep, you know, keep it not tight. I don't just, it just kind of feels weird for me to tighten it down just like I do with the Iron Ranger, for example, because it doesn't look right on my foot. The sole is made out of this man-made material, and it's supposed to be recycled plastic or recycled rubber or something like that. Hence the name Earthkeeper. Is supposed to save the earth, and that's probably another reason why I'm keeping it, is because it's got a meaning to me, right? So it's a durable pair of boots. Now, it's well made. However, this particular one right here, I bought it from the Navy Exchange, and guess where it was made? It's made in China. So maybe another reason why I've, in the recent years, where I am kind of changing or evolving my style and focusing a little bit more on heritage. I don't want to have anything to do with Chinese made products. Not that I don't use some of them, but I do. Just for the most part, I would rather have or wear made somewhere else, you know, mainly made in the USA or Europe, pair of jeans, Japan, you know, things like that, right? It is what it is, and I'm still keeping it because I may have a use for it someday. Pretty interesting that the pastime of the Hawaiians was wrestling as well, just like the Romans. It's a sign of strength, so. Oh yeah, if I didn't talk about it, there's no breaking in an Earthkeeper. It's comfortable out of the box. I'm kind of going from my least favorite to my most favorite in this video. So my next one here I'm going to talk about is the Thursday Captain boots in, I think this color is called cognac, right? Brown. That's what I say. But if you want to buy it, it's called, I'm sorry, this color is called brandy. And it's just turned brown all throughout the years. But love this pair of boots. I had to adjust the camera here because the sun decided to come out. But keep on talking, right? So cost of the Thursday Captain is around $130 right now, and sometimes it goes on sale. Sizing is pretty true. This is an 11 and a half medium. I have narrow feet, so something like this is pretty good. It needs, just in my opinion though, when it comes to sizing this. If you're gonna buy something like this, I can tell you that the toe box right here is kind of small. So if you have a little bit of wider feet, you know, you're in the weird position in which you're not really have a narrow feet nor wide, a little bit wider than narrow, then this toe box is gonna give you a problem. Is it well made? Oh yes, of course it is. I've had this for a long time. More than long enough, right? I've had it in my closet. But again, because my style has evolved to this heritage look, a little bit more rugged look, something like this I no longer wear in or around me right now because it doesn't fit my style right now, right? I think something like this is more like office wear, you know, maybe chinos, or you can still wear it with blue jeans, or any type of pants, but it doesn't go with my heritage style of clothing right now. I can surely get away with wearing it, but with the idea that most of my heritage clothing is made in the US or made in materials made in Japan, as far as salvage is concerned, and my boots made in the US, this is made in Mexico. Even though it's a US based company, it's made in Mexico. Is it well made? Of course it is. You know, double stitching in some areas. It's, you know, very well made. The soles have held up all throughout the years. It's very comfortable. You know, the materials they use are genuine, and it's leather, really nice material. And is it worth 130, 150 bucks? In my opinion, it is. I can tell you though, I've already told you what my dislike about the toe box of this pair of boots. The other one that I don't like, not enough to get rid of it anyways, is the fact that the back right here, the heel part is soft and doesn't have a lot of sturdy support. Other than that though, as far as the break-in, really there's no break-in. This one right here, out of the box, you can wear and you'll be fine. Get Poi 2. Lomi Lomi. It's good. Oh yeah. The last one in this 3-pair comparison is the Iron Ranger. The Iron Ranger cost is around between the high 300s and low 400s. You can buy it somewhere around 380, maybe on sale. Now, I'm not telling you to buy brand new. If you're okay with buying used, you can actually get a hold of the 8085 like this one, or the 8111s or 111s. The 8111s for a whole lot less if you buy it used. This pair of boots right here can last you forever because of the materials they use and materials they make. The company, I am a proponent of the Iron Ranger, as you can tell. Love this pair of boots. It's made in the USA, and the people that make it are amazing Americans. They really are proud of what they do and proud of their work. But the Iron Ranger is an icon, very well made. It's made in America. Love this pair of boots right here. Just kind of want to show a little bit of a span on what it looks like, and places that are triple stitch, double stitch, durable pair of boots that can be resold many times over if you wanted to. The sole is made out of this Vibram material, the 8085s, but this is a great pair of boots that goes well with heritage clothing, which is I'm a proponent of now, and I wear this a lot, riding my motorcycle or just, you know, being out and about in my heritage clothing. Lots of heritage here. This was originally made for the mining community in our country, and they still probably make it the same or close to the same by Americans. So lots of good things to say about the Iron Ranger. Do I have a dislike? Well, I can tell you that, well, real quick, going back to sizing, this is an 11.5 medium like I usually wear, but I can tell you I could probably, by having this for a couple of years now, I could probably go down a size, half a size down to 11s. It's a little bit of a room on the toe box right there. maybe half an inch. So I can probably go down to 11 and be safe. My advice to you, if you're buying something like this, is buy it from a reputable source or somewhere where you can try it and walk around with it for a little while, so that you don't regret it or have the wrong size, of course, right? It is a pretty expensive pair of boots, so you want to make sure you get the right one. The dislikes I have, there's probably only one dislike I have about the Iron Ranger, which is the breaking in. The break-in of this took weeks, took forever to break in, and I can tell you that it was painful in some areas during the break-in process. But with anything else, if you're resilient and you just keep on doing what you're doing, it will eventually break in and conform to your foot, and it's such a heaven to wear it now after it has been broken in. It's called the Pohalo Almacoa. The Halemua, which is the men's eating house. Not just eating house, it's really a ceremonial place for men, gathering, talking, just thinking. Pretty cool, huh? Those were the three boots that I wanted to compare and prepare you for your purchase this coming winter, during the holidays, if that is your goal. I know some are getting hit by the financial constraints everywhere in the world, but I have full confidence that most of us are going to survive it, of course, and have some money to buy these things, right? Again, because I'm focusing into heritage clothing, I don't really have to buy a lot. Some of the purchase that I have is going to be very expensive, but at the same time, I probably don't even have to buy any more after a purchase like that. So the last one I want to talk about is in the lines of the Red Wing as well. One of the probably recognizable part of wearing heritage clothing is a mock toe. Not for everybody, but for the most of us that are into heritage clothing, this is it right here. Now, I want to highlight the 1907 from Red Wing, because this right here is triple stitched, double stitched, and it's also kind of semi-waterproof. I made a video of that. This is my work boot right here, day in and day out. With the exception of today, of course, I'm wearing my military boots, but whenever I'm down here working on the car, down here working on the yard, or anything with heavy lifting, I wear the 1907s. And this thing right here have aged beautifully, in my opinion. I know it's kind of dirty, but that's what it's supposed to be. It is very well made. Cost is somewhere around $350 to $415, depending on the season where you buy it. Yes, you can buy it used. I've actually purchased one for like $12.50. I made a video of that from a thrift store. They didn't know what they have. And very comfortable. Dislikes, much like the Iron Ranger, it's hard to break in, but this actually is easier than the Iron Ranger. I don't know why, maybe because of the bottoms, but this took a lot shorter to break in than the Iron Ranger. Same material made than the Iron Ranger, same thickness of material. And the sole right here, this one is getting worn, but like any Red Wing shoes, you can get it resold, right? And I think it's worth the price for something that you can wear pretty much your lifetime. Really cool. Anyway, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed what I shared with you about living here in Hawaii. Until next time, aloha. Alae ula. I think that's what the Hawaiian ponds are called. But it's pretty cool to come out here because, I mean, the views are stunning. And the local people tried to maintain what it looked like back in the days. Of course, this changed, but Waimea Valley is very deep, way back there.